Well, howdy there, folks. Richard Neal here. Another installment here on David Hobbs 180 channel on YouTube. If you haven't already, please look down below, hit like on the video, and subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it, I promise you. Now, today we're talking arm wrestling training on a budget. We don't make a lot of money, most of us. Even if you do make a lot of money, you might as well save as much of it as you can because there's not a lot of it going around these days now. There's all these fancy grippers that you can go out on the internet or, wherever and buy. You got Captains of Crush made by Iron Mind. I've heard of things put out by Elite Fitness Systems, Dave Tate and all those guys. I'm sure they all make wonderful products and I have no criticism for them at all. Only problem is those products cost money, which we don't have a lot of typically. So, grippers work the hand strength. I could go out and spend, X amount of dollars on, this nice fancy Captains of Crush gripper and everything, and eventually I will. Until I make that kind of money though, I have here a tennis ball. One of 3 that came in the package. Now, I bought that entire package of 3 for about $1.50. $1.50, people, real cheap, okay? Like, you can't buy beer that cheap these days, all right? Now, using it for gripper purposes, you can see here in my right hand, I can just squeeze it down, compress it as much as possible and hold. I'm really working all those forearm muscles there. You can see the strain on the tendons. Just hold it down as good as you can. Let off. Now, another great thing about a tennis ball, we can rotate it. If you want to work the upper fingers, the index and middle, press against the thumb, worry about compressing that. That's our point right now. Compress and hold. It's going to help with the top roll. Now we roll it back. Hit the other 2 fingers, compress and hold. Now we can go back to the middle of the hand and we're getting repetitions, you see. All this done with something that costs less than $1. Now you can go out and spend all that money if you want to. I'm keep on messing with this here tennis ball. All right, a baseball bat. You might be saying, well, Richard, this is arm wrestling, not baseball. Why the hell do you have a baseball bat? Quite simple. It's got a nice fat end on it. You see a lot of different products for a fat grip, different attachments to attach to pulling machines and cables and such that allows you to have your hand in a position like that instead of like that. That's going to place the pressure more along on the forearms and the stuff that you really use in arm wrestling to get your cupping strength and so forth. So, simulating a fat grip, we have a lever here. Now I'm going to set the fulcrum toward the back. This is where the lever is going to move at, you see? Now for resistance, I'm going to have David, if you would please. We have a 32-ounce bottle of, this is actually automatic transmission fluid. It can be oil, it can be anything, it can be whatever the hell weighs the same amount. Now, we're going to put that all the way out toward the end as much as possible. As you can see David twisting it so to keep it in place. All right, now, just that 32 little pounds there. 32 ounces, and we're not even in the pounds yet, people, okay. That's quite a strain, as you can see. I'm having a little trouble holding it up, but I can get my reps in to practice my rising strength with a fat grip. Okay. I can turn things around a little bit, practice supination. All right, rotate again. Hit the top of the forearm muscles. You want to do a lot of reps. Typically for your forearms, you really can't wear the forearms out in my experience. So that's that. Simple machines, people, real simple machines. Isaac Newton, think, levers, physics, things like that. Okay, so we have a tennis ball. And we have the baseball bat, all of which I spent a total of $5 on, considering I found a baseball bat laying around. I spent nothing on that. Arm wrestling, be creative. Create your own training equipment when you can, when it's possible. Save your money so that you can put it towards nutrition, supplements, etc. Now, one other thing you may or may not have laying around, and something that is very well documented. There's a lot of videos on this, a lot of different training routines built around it. A sledgehammer. And for that, I'm going to have the one and only David Hobbs do a demonstration for you. We hope you enjoy it. Get a lot of information from it. Thank you, Dave.
All right, man. What's going on, guys? So we got a standard sledgehammer, 8 pounds, something like that. So typically, I've watched a lot of, Todd Hutchings, all his stuff. I mean, he has awesome sledgehammer training. Like, this guy's amazing. I mean, it works really good for your post, that rising strength, constantly getting that motion in there. I've watched a lot of Ryan Espy, former, Canadian champion. This guy's amazing. He does sledgehammer holds as well. So basically, you want to get up to where you're comfortable. You want to do about two to three sets to failure. Okay, when you guys can't even do it. Now, when you go to failure, you want to kind of slide up further and further. So you want to go out as far as you can. Like that. Now, if you want to make it easier, you can do holds as well. Not just doing, per se reps. And hold that. Slide it up. Hold that. Alright, now when you do want to do reps, you can do kind of the same thing. So, bam, bam, slide it up. And then repeat the process. Typically during sets of failure, rest for about 10 to 20 seconds. You want to stay high intervals, high intensity. It doesn't take much, sledgehammer, big wrist to even show you guys. All it takes, not much weight, automatic transmission fluid. This is like if you're on a serious budget. All right, so if you guys like the video y'all saw today, please hit subscribe, hit like on that video, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.